Okay, cheerio, mate.
That was a great introduction. That's all you need.
What is up? Oh wait, what am I? Man, that weed pen hitting me crazy. We just had an amazing podcast with DJ Exodus, Dean Smif. Check this motherfucker out, man. He's in town, he's DJing, he's dropping beat tapes, he's killing it in life. We had an amazing conversation. It was comical and fun, and yeah, tune in.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
I challenge everybody that listens to this to get out of your shell and go do something new and fun.
Happy to be here.
Like they just slow motion.
Do you see Zach trying to pretend like he doesn't watch cake sitting videos?
Happy to be here.
There to exorcise the demons.
So your swan man is
Our,
an exorcist?
our Schwan delivery man that brought us bomb pops and chicken nuggets is there to perform an exorcism.
This needs to be made into a short
You
film.
couldn't make this shit up.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
What is up, beautiful people of the world? My name is Zac Change, and I'm happy to be here today with my friend and perfect Cody Duncan.
Cheers, baby.
All right. My man Brennan, Spokecast.
Hello.
And my guest, Dean Smif, a.k.a. DJ Exodus, in the flesh.
Cheers,
That
brother.
is me.
Nice to meet you.
How goes it? It's good to be here. Happy to be here.
There it is.
That's it, man. That's why
There it is.
that's why we named it that, because we could just
yeah.
that way we could just chill and we can just have gratitude, right? That we're all just
Hell yeah.
living and breathing right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. I mean, we don't have to fucking get all organized and shit. You know, we were
we're just hanging.
but same on that same vein and shit. Like, I'm so glad weed is legal here, man. Are you from Spokane?
No, I'm not from Spokane. I'm kind of from all over the place. My dad was in the Navy, so I was born in Virginia Beach, but my reservation is in Montana. I'm from the Crow Res.
Ah, okay. So a lot of places weed ain't legal.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
Virginia Beach, man. I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah. So I was out there at the beginning. Ended up back in Montana. Grew up there.
Montana's beautiful too, man.
Yeah, I love it there. That's definitely one of these days end up out there somewhere in the mountains.
Yeah, just moving out there, just living out there.
That's my plan, is to just end up somewhere. Especially, I want to live on, like, where I'm from, on my reservation. There's this area called Yellowtail.
Okay.
And it's just so beautiful. And
Really?
Bighorn Mountains, just the Bighorn River runs right through there.
I know they have just that like panoramic.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
That's beautiful, man. That's how it was when I was in like Utah. I remember seeing that, and like I went, but that's like kind of like Colorado Rocky type shit too. Like,
for sure.
I love that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Spokane though. It's the I just love being in the mountains.
Yeah.
Like that's my
It's
vibe.
funny you don't realize like where Spokane sits until you go out like Midwest and you're just like, oh, I straight up live in the forest.
Yeah,
And when you come back home, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I lived in Minneapolis before I lived here.
oh, okay.
So there, like, snows for no reason. Like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of snow. There's no mountains at all.
That's crazy. It just
Yeah.
dumps on you. That's weird.
Is it like flat over there?
It's not flat, but it's just all forest and lakes.
Huh.
It's just all lakes. There's 10,000 lakes there. It's
Wow.
Oh, that's right.
It's no joke. Like, it's mind blowing. Like, once you start driving north in that state, you don't like, the roads are just so windy because they're going around lakes. And just,
Is
like,
it is it like popularized like with cabins and stuff? All of them, or
no,
is it,
not all of them.
Is it like there's so many lakes
yeah.
that it's just like there's lakes with nothing on it?
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
Dude, so how are you gonna fucking, if you end up in Montana out in the middle of nowhere out there, how are you gonna fucking do your set for all the people?
Oh, there's a point in my life where I just only want to make music,
And not- and-
I'll still DJ and do my thing, but like it'll be like on my more on my terms.
You'll drop some beat tapes for us though, right?
Oh yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
See,
I'll be making music till the day I die.
See, that's the beauty of the
That's
internet.
like,
is
yeah.
you could be out there just fucking making some slaps like boop, let's go. We can still
Hell
we can
yeah.
still make a song. You can still fuck around.
Or phone one into Vegas a couple times a year, and head down there for a weekend or something. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah. I still want to
Yeah.
like. I really want to get back to touring and like kind of more before COVID. I was always on the road with either I don't know if you guys know who Myke Bogan is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I toured with him for like 7 years.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah, dude, I'm personally a huge fan of Myke
Yeah.
Bogan. Yeah, so
From Portland, right?
yeah.
Oh, okay. That's sick.
that's
You were his
dope.
DJ?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
sick.
So
That's cool.
I've been all over the country like numerous times with him, and
that's badass.
also did a lot of touring with my. You know who Superman is? He's a
yeah,
native,
dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We're from the same res.
Really?
So yeah, I've been all over the place with him too.
Fuck, it's
That's
sick.
awesome.
So
Just with those-
pre-COVID, like life was like it was. I mean, I'm not saying like life's like good now, but it was definitely a lot more touring. Like I feel like for that size, I kind of feel like that COVID took away like a huge market for touring for like a certain size artist that can't like doesn't sell out like a 3,000 ticket room, I guess.
I see.
If that makes
So you're
sense. You know what I'm
saying-
saying?
you're
There's
saying
not like I feel like there's not as many venues like booking especially like smaller, I don't want to say smaller hip hop, but like,
Yeah.
like more independent hip hop, I guess.
Like your midline,
Yeah,
your places that look good if it sells out.
Yeah, like kind of like what I see the industry right now. Like I see like if it's the tours that I see happening now are like those like sure things that have been happening. Like of course you're gonna see Atmosphere tour. Of course you're gonna see those big names. But I feel like the market really hasn't come back for like the real independent like kind of hip hop crews out there. I guess.
Do you have faith in it? You think it'll come? full
Oh
circle?
yeah, I do have faith in
Eventually,
it for
yeah.
sure. I guess everything as far as DJing in my life, all that has come back, like DJing, like clubs, and
Yeah.
I stay booked like doing that stuff, and that's cool. Like
Dope.
that pays the bills and.
And it's fun. All right. I'm sure.
Yeah. No, I have no complaints about DJ. Like I have there's like a dichotomy that I'm like, I love this, but at the same time, then also I like sit in my studio and I make beats all day, and I'm like, I fucking love this.
Yeah.
But I don't think one can exist without the other. So
And they're different, right? They're so different.
They're so different, but it's so the same.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. They're like I said, like there's no Dean Smif without DJ Exodus. It's like there's like they're like two comic book characters. Like
Sick.
So Dean Smif is your producer name.
yeah.
And then DJ Exodus is your DJ name.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm putting this together right now
Are you?
with all
And
of
is
you
Dean
right
Smith
now.
your real name?
No, Dean's my real name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But Smith is just
So
so, you know.
Smith, yeah,
This
that's,
is-
it just sounded like just rolls out the tongue.
You got vision. You got vision because Dean Smith is right in there,
It's Smith with an F.
Yeah,
Smith.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Dean Smith.
Some basketball,
All right.
some basketball shit.
Yeah, Dean Smith.
Bro, so you got a new one out, but before we get to that, I really am interested in like kind of where obviously like where it started as far as like the musical journey and how you got into production or the interest of all that.
I'll say like the music journey definitely started in back housings, Crow Agency, Montana, on my res, and
What was the scenery out there?
there's res dogs running around. I don't know, it's a crazy place.
You had me at Red Dogs. Right when you said that, I saw the dog.
Yeah.
We'll
just say it's a very animated place.
Okay.
Sick.
That's where my boy Superman, my bro, that's where he lived. And he had an MPC 2000 XL. And he programmed it, but just like touching those pads and like it just blew my, just learning how, like just those few times of just watching him, watching him learn it too, because there's no YouTube back then. It was
So you guys were just kind of like, he was learning it, you were watching him? Like, is he a lot older than you? Or?
Yeah, he's a few years older than me.
Okay.
And
so you're just soaking up game.
Yeah. And he used to like go out like firefighting during the summer and like that. Then he came back and like he had all this bread and that's how he got that MPC. And, like,
so what age were you at like this
I was
time?
like probably like 16, 17.
Sick, dude. That's the time, dude.
And I started like really getting serious about DJing when I was like 18. I worked at this telemarketing place for like, felt like it was forever back then. It had to have been a year, but to get my first turntable set up, it was, and from there it was just.
You're like, I put up with that shit just to fucking get my shit.
Did you quit right away after you got your story?
Pretty much. I've always had like a, I don't know, like a funny like blind ignorance to like that this shit is gonna work out, I guess, because there's so many jobs where I'm like I'll be like, I'd find out like, oh yeah, I can go on this tour, but this job doesn't want me. Like they're like, they're kind of like saying no, like.
And so you just quit?
Yeah, I just quit. I find another shitty job and I come back.
Yeah.
No, because you just follow your heart kind of in that. Like,
yeah, I'm not saying like, I'm not like super reckless but
I mean, when there's an opportunity like this is like almost once in a lifetime shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And you
can
wouldn't
always
change it. You would have quit those same fucking jobs. Going back.
Yeah, for sure.
That's great. That's great.
Bro, that job's always gonna be there.
Yeah, exactly.
They're probably hiring right now. They're hiring, bro. Right fucking
We would
now.
love to have you back.
Yeah, they would love to have you back.
Oh, you know what's scary about those jobs is I was 18 working at Target, and I recently went back to that Target, and I saw somebody working there that's still there.
When you were working there.
And they're aged out, like they're on the top of the schedule. Like,
Yeah, I was like, whoa. That really freaked me out. I was like,
Is this 10
whoa.
plus?
Yeah.
wow.
Dude, good for them on the consistency.
They probably
train.
got shares in Target now. Fuck.
I feel like it's some people like literally just get up and go to work in such a cycle that 10 years go by, no problem. And it's just a part of, it's just so routine that, you don't even ask for a raise. You're just like,
that's
I just
scary.
build.
They're like, I'm playing a different game. Check on me when I'm 50, Papa. I'll be doing something else. So.
I don't know.
I
man.
know what you mean.
It's crazy though. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, you're obviously that dreamer, that more type of person that's just like, you want to get on the road. You don't want to just do the basic.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
9 to 5 shit. And even now, you don't have a 9 to 5 now? Or do you just? I
don't have a 9 to 5, but I do have like a side gig as an audio engineer. So
that's a sick ass side gig, dude. That's not a 9 to 5 at all.
What kind of
That's in music.
Actually, well, I produce for Gonzaga basketball and their women's basketball, the Chiefs, all their games. I'm in the studio producing it with the live on air, who's on the field or at the
cool.
Bad.
And,
Fucking A. If you're gonna have any job, it'd be that. You know what I mean?
And that was just like, and that's like one of those ones that like people don't quit all the time. And my homie was like, I guess somebody quit. And he's like, hey, you know to produce music. He's like, it's the same thing. But I kind of think it's like the same thing with like without the soul. I guess it's like all the same equipment.
Yeah, but it's like just doing bait. There's no creativity.
It's scary. Because it's live and you're doing like instant replay and you're kind of responsible for a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Dope. Dude.
So Indians games?
Yeah. Indians games,
sick,
Chiefs
dude.
games.
Those always
basketball.
hit.
Basketball's the funnest because it's just faster paced.
Yeah.
Baseball's so boring. Like
So
there's
like
so many games.
so like the whole like woohoo thing and all that stuff. Like that's a different guy. Like when there's something.
No, that's on field. Yeah, this is like the radio broadcast that like goes on to like the internet and it goes onto the radio.
Oh, so the wider net, not the people there. You're talking thousands.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. That's a really badass side hustle.
Yeah.
Well, take me back. Okay, Superman, you, the NPC, right? Had it. 16, developing the skills. 18, getting into DJing.
Yeah. That was getting about around that time. I just went really straight all in DJing and would just scratch in practice for like 6-7 hours a day, like probably.
So were you doing gigs at this time, or you were just
No,
practicing?
not
just
really.
Just getting those turntables and fucking with them and learning.
No, yeah, actually I was thinking about this recently, like where like I kind of got like a break, like where I started making money was Superman was doing this thing like where, like I said, in Great Falls, Montana, it's like 4 hours from our res. E40 is there. There's like a military base there. And E40 is doing a show there, and they hit him up to open. He's like, "You want to DJ?" And I was like, "Oh, of course." I was like, "Of course I'm gonna DJ for you. Let's go."
Yeah.
There's like it's like all super unorganized, and like the host is like, she's like freaking out, and I was like, "Yeah," I was like, she's like, "Can you go and play for like 10-15 minutes?" I was like, fuck yeah, I'll go and play for you. So I hop on stage, do my thing. Then Superman comes up, does his thing, which was that right there was like the addiction, like was like, whoa, this is crazy.
There's
like,
a lot of people
You'll
there.
never forget that moment. Yeah.
But then not immediately, but like maybe like 8 months later, that same girl that was hosting that party is now she's managing a club, and she's like, hey, you were killing it that day.
Yeah.
You need to come work for me. And that's like where like I started actually making money DJing. And,
Let's go. Dope.
and ever since then, I said, yeah, just fuck a real life, I guess. I didn't say fuck real life, but I just never had a normal.
You wanted a life with music.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
all music.
Like there was no negotiating.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
look, I'm gonna make what I'm gonna make, and I'm gonna fucking do music.
I was gonna ask that. So those first few shows, like when she was like, "Hey, I want you to come work for me," like, did you undershoot yourself and have to roll like kind of like how most people, they don't really know their worth until a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. I probably wasn't even worth what they were paying me.
Yeah. Oh, you weren't worth it.
I mean, I was like,
It almost sounds like the other way.
the
like,
skill was there, but like I didn't like. There's like a whole different like world when it comes to like DJing a club for 4 hours. Like there's like a whole like
you had to learn on the job.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Damn.
And back then, like there was no there was Serato, but it was like a real shaky program at the time. So like you still had to bring a bunch of records with you, and it was like
I remember those days.
And I did not have like 4 hours of bangers. I realized that first night. So I'm like rolling back to like the beginning of like kind of like what I was playing at the beginning, like playing like things like twice a night. It was
Bro,
just-
4 hours of music is crazy. I mean,
And
when
just
you
think about it. You got to own the records. Like,
yeah,
you know what I
back then
mean?
it was
You got to have a record to put on. Like, this is not something where you can just like look something up real quick.
it was.
He's like, fuck.
Yeah, like I learned to DJ on just real records. There was no.
That's
There was
cool.
no Serato. But
So then, how did when did you go on your first tour? Like, what did that look like when that first?
those
kinda
first ones were just like rolling with Soup, wherever he like got a date at, and
You kind of just hit him like.
and then from there it's just all networking and just meeting people, and they're like, "Oh, I need a DJ." Like, that's how I ended up in Minnesota. My homie, he's a rapper out there. His name's Caboose, and he's like, "Yo, I got a place for you to stay." So like, I'm doing shows. Like, I really had nothing going on, so I was like, "Fuck it, yeah, let's go." So I went over there and just ended up staying there.
Bro, I feel like that music always calls you.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's gonna call you somewhere.
And then that like ended, and then I was like, I'm like, oh, I don't really know what's going on. So I was just still DJing, and then randomly met Myke Bogan in
Minnesota.
No, actually, in back home, my hometown, Montana, Billings, Montana is the closest city to my res. I had some friends there friends of friends, and he got a hold of me because he needed some scratches, and he actually hit my homie up, my homie DJ Bones, and I think that's how we kind of got linked up because
cool.
he needed some scratches done, and
Yeah.
that's kind of like my thing is when you hear my production, there's a lot of scratch, there's a lot of there's a lot of DJ characteristics to it, I guess.
I see.
No, I really like that. Yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
dope.
But yeah, that's why Myke hit me up, and he was recording his second project at that time, and I did a song on there for him and I scratched the hook, and we were just chilling at my house, and just smoking weed and just making music, and he's like, "Oh, I got a show at my old college in Sioux Falls." He went to University of South Dakota.
Oh, okay.
He played football there, and he's like, "I got a show, back at my old spot." He's like, "You want to roll with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go."
That's sick.
And that was like the only talk we ever had,
Yeah.
of me being his DJ. And it was just like from there on, it was just like
And so he kind of like blew up.
Yeah, for 7 years, it was just like it was crazy. Like South by Southwest, like all that, like we went, like 2-3 times.
Sick.
It was just
you're free. You are a free bird, dude. Like if something like steers you in the right direction, you're like, let's go. It's fucking so cool.
Yeah, it's.
Do you have any crazy?
It's definitely gone good and probably gone wrong too.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, are there
Yeah, I
any like
wanna know
notable
that too.
stories that you kind of have that stick out to you from like the tours and like kind of winging it? I'm guessing.
Oh, I think like the most things that stick out to me are like being comfortable with like leaving your house for a month with like $300 in your checking account, maybe less than that. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna pay all my bills when I get back.
Yeah.
and
Like live on the road.
Yeah.
And because some shows on the road pay like good and some don't, and so you're just like, you're really rolling the dice out there. And it's just kind of, when I think about back on that stuff now, like what I know now, I'm like, whoa, man, like that was scary. Like well, I didn't even have like a real LLC, like I didn't have like a real business. We're like,
Oh my god, that's crazy.
going all over the country, like in all these venues, and not even like just.
You weren't even like leveraging
Just
it right.
just being like a tax liability, like an insurance liability, just a lot of like, just
Yeah.
well, but nobody teaches you that stuff though.
No.
As an artist, that's like nobody tells you that. Like these are how you should have your business figured out. How you filing your taxes is important. Shit like that. So that's like all like kind of like what I was talking about, like the ignorant, the bad that kind of came with like, fuck yeah, let's just,
well, I mean, when you're just winging it, like you don't go to it's like we didn't go to learn how to do this university type of shit, right? Like it was just, there was no formal training. It was like just making slaps in the basement and then fucking being like, now all of a sudden you're at clubs DJing, like, okay, I got to figure this out. 4 hours. Okay. Shit. Okay. And then like touring with artists, like how that kind of just, you just dove in kind of like, all right, well, let's do it. And then,
that's like even, I have a new, well, they're not, I've been working for a while, but Foreshadow and Alaire, I don't know if you've heard of them. Foreshadow and Alaire, they're from Missoula. And
hip hop?
yeah, they just make, I've done a few shows with them recently, and I really, as a DJ, like I feel like so at home on stage with an MC. Like I don't know what it is. Like I just, that vibe, like I think that's like probably what I started with, was just rolling around a Superman, just like kind of got placed there, or I don't know, but that's like where I don't know, I I just love that, like that feeling.
Like, who knows what would, like, where you'd be right now if you never would have met him and that
Yeah,
whole thing.
for sure.
You know how crazy it's like your life is. Sometimes it's like the way we are and the path that we're on is just because of like one thing that it's like, if that wouldn't have happened,
Yeah.
who would I be?
Yeah.
It's wild.
And from what I've gathered so far in your life, it's just like there's multiple different little turns that you've made that were all just like could have went either fucking way.
Either way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, because
Like,
a lot of people are like, nah, I can't, dude. I got my rent due, and I gotta fucking, I gotta work this call center, and they're just, I'm gonna get, maybe one day I'll do on tour, being able to really dive in and take the ups and the downs, the wins and the losses that come with that. But that's that's a colorful life, dude.
Yeah. I feel like I'm like the native Forrest Gump sometimes because I'm like, what the? Like, I look back and I'm like, whoa. I was like, oh yeah. Like I'll be telling a story to like a friend that's known me for years. Like, that's crazy. You like, I was like, you never said that or never mentioned that. Like.
and you're just like, I've got more too.
Yeah.
It's up there. You just gotta pull it out of me.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I love that.
Cool.
Yeah, have you been like East Coast?
Yeah.
So like
for
New York
sure.
City? Have you done?
Yeah.
Sick, dude. Yeah, I really want to go explore New York
I
City.
also
one day.
have been to South by Southwest. I have crazy stories. Was there any crazy stories at South by Southwest? Like is there like for one, that festival is fucking weird, kind of, right?
Oh, it's very weird. I think I had more fun like the first year when we weren't like featured artists, because like, it's just a little more like, I don't know, a little more crazy, I guess.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of people creating art. Like, I mean, it's you start to look around, you're like, who's the fans?
Yeah, the homie Myke, he's like homies with the band Trash Talk. They're on Odd Future. They're like the only band on Odd Future.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we know Odd Future.
They shut down, but he knows he's like homies with them, but we were like somehow ended up on the same bridge with them, and they shut down this bridge and just did a show. and screw everything.
Shut down a bridge?
Yeah. Like they just set, and then the next day they like just set up on this roof, like on like 6th Street, and like just shut down that shit. Like had everybody mad because they just caused a huge like.
And this was on the first time or the second time you went?
That was the first time.
Sick,
and the second time we were like we were featured artists, and we had like the passes to kind of do whatever.
So
and I
what
was
mean,
like,
yeah, what do you mean it was more crazy when you said that?
I don't know. I feel it was more crazy because like when you had like the year we had the pass, like none of my homies could get into the places that I could get into. So it's kind of like it was like.
I see.
It changes things.
Yeah.
It's like it's not as personable. It seems like. I mean, all I know, I was completely out of my element, so I can only imagine like the first year I could see, like I'm sure it was like a learning curve,
Oh yeah.
I really want to go. I've never been down there before.
I mean, it's
heard
cool.
Austin's
It's just
fun.
a long ways to take a gamble. It's a long fucking. If nobody's asking you to be there,
Did you hear
Yeah.
Django?
What?
Django drove. He
Oh
got,
my
I listened to that
God.
part. Yeah, that's
Whoa! And you know what's funny is after you've been,
fucking
that
crazy.
totally happens, does it not?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's
yeah,
so
you gotta
fucked,
be.
bro.
Yeah,
That's
you
fucking
gotta-
wild.
Oh, man.
That's a long ass drive.
I'm gonna say 60% of people would just stop their whole shit after that fucking.
we
L, you know?
we never had any of those problems because we had a lot of just from touring. We had homies in Austin because we went there before.
Yeah,
So we had homies in Austin.
yeah.
Oh, that's dope. So you just had people to kick it with already down there. Like,
yeah, dude.
Invite you onto sets and then DJ for him, and it's like this whole thing,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
It's like 7 days of go. We like the music part is like 4 or 5 days, and that last time we were there, we had a show twice a day. So
Yeah.
oh, twice a day.
yeah, and the logistics are terrible if you're a turntablist like me.
Yeah.
You're like moving
You're
gear.
supposed to be somewhere and
Yeah. I remember.
Damn, 2 times it. And if these were at different locations?
Oh yeah, different venues, different sides of town, different
shit.
it was it's crazy.
That's a hustle right there. That's moving. Damn,
Yeah.
man. That's I was just gonna ask you something, but fuck, dude, that's just crazy. That's hard
that
work
year,
right there.
Southwest was all business that year. It was like we were like.
Mm-hmm. Do you meet a lot of friends? Like, you know, you kind of obviously like pick some people up along the way, as far as especially now with like social media and shit. Like,
oh yeah,
like being able to like make connections and friends and in different states.
That's what's dope, especially for myself as a solo DJ. Like I've been like just from touring. Like I've got invited back down to Phoenix by myself. You know, like. Or like Austin, you know, like going to do stuff there. Like, even immediately like right here in Missoula, I just, you know, have some homies in Missoula, and every time they do a show, they always hit me up, you know.
That's dope, man.
That's cool. Missoula's got
it's
a
pretty-
nice little scene going too.
Yeah. So like and like just in the fall, I like just randomly ended up I didn't even like mean to do it, but it was just Spokane, Missoula, and like Billings is all 3 days in a row.
That's it.
Yeah.
You were like, shit, this could be okay. A little run. Get home by supper.
Kind of like
No, I'm just joking.
that was like the first like little run I did since COVID.
Yeah.
And it was like
That must feel good.
It was cool. It was a solo one, so it was even cooler. Like, oh, this is like I can kind of all right. That's like as an artist, like that's just kind of like where I've always, you know, been going towards. I just, you know, to kind of push towards like my own thing, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, like I love DJing for like artists, and like I won't ever stop doing that. But it's like, I've like helped develop so many artists that I was like, oh, now I need to really like focus on like my production and like what I'm making.
So tell me about the 2 projects. Tell me about the 2 beat tapes that you got. One dropped 2018, and then just now in 2022 in December.
Oh yeah. That's those 2 are called. Well, they're both the one's Kushnaps and Cartoons Part 1, and one's Kushnaps and Cartoons Part 2, and it's just music to smoke to.
Yeah, like
that's
how long were you? Are these like, you know, how long does it take for you to put something together like that? Like, you know, when you're
those are all like the keepers and like bangers I tried to give to my friends, but they never used. So
Clip that. That's hilarious.
So I was like, hey, you're not gonna use it now. You hear it on this. Sorry.
Oh my god, that's truth, man.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. There's a certain beauty to a producer putting out a beat tape on Spotify.
And now
as a rapper.
Yeah, now I'm like, it's getting to a point where I'm just like, I'm keeping the ones for myself because I'm just like, I don't know. I guess all my best friends are rappers, but it's like, I don't know. I don't make beats for rappers, I guess.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that process. Like when it comes to kind of like getting into that, you know, when you like, where do you get the inspiration from? Like, is it kind of just,
all my inspiration definitely comes from listening to like DJ Premier, you know, definitely every Wu-Tang, you know, Ghostface.
Yeah.
Ghostface is.
But like, and what kind of like, what's motivating to like get you to want to work on a beat? Is it just?
Oh yeah, the vibe for sure has to be right. You know, I definitely go through like, feel like periods where I'll make a bunch of stuff and I won't make a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
The vibe for sure. Like, I don't know. Then it could just come. It could happen like just sitting in traffic and you hear like an old song. You're like,
I'm gonna go sample that.
Yeah, I need to sample that. And, like, I write it down immediately because if you don't, you're gonna forget that shit.
Don't, you'll forget.
You've learned that lesson for sure. Oh,
Most people don't write it down.
Yeah.
the best ideas are forgotten.
If you
for
know
sure.
what you're doing, you're writing it down because sometimes it does happen at those wild times when you're just like, you're in the worst situation, but your brain is just working in that creative way where you're hearing things. You hear something and I could totally relate to that.
I've actually had a good idea and like toyed with myself like, this is so good, there's no way you're gonna forget it.
Yeah.
And I don't need to write this one down. And so you guys are laughing because you've been there. And then you fucking forget it. You're like, oh my God, I'm done.
Yeah, I'll literally just be like, I had this idea. It was, I just right there. It's right there. Yeah, no, you got to write it down. And we got phones. If you can check your Instagram, you can write down your damn fucking your future ideas that's gonna pay off.
You can talk into it now.
There it is. At least just get like a tip of the iceberg so you can find the iceberg.
You're right. You can just do like a voice memo.
Yeah, I have like a cool new system where like I'll find like, mostly because I'm like looking for samples. Like I'll find that song and I'll like screenshot that song and like attach it to the note.
Oh my God, he's a pro, folks. He's a pro.
That's dope.
So you've pulled over a couple times where you're just hold on a second, hold on. That's what that sounded like right there.
There's been nights where like I've been like thinking I'm gonna go chill with like everybody, or like I'll hear like something and then I'll get to like the function and be like, fuck man, it's just like a countdown in my head, like, all right, I need to leave here to go.
Oh my God. He's got a sickness for it.
Especially like after like I get done DJing, like the ideas are like firing in my brain, so I'll go straight to
Listen,
lovely,
like
I'll go like I'll DJ 4 hours and I'll go to the studio till like the morning time.
you're doing the
You're an
Lord's
animal.
work
Yeah, you're an animal.
because you're literally like rappers are you know, fucking no, at least me, I'm thankful, man. When we got producers out here fucking making dope ass shit, putting it on Spotify, just like that, just some slight shit. Like you said, these are some bangers that my friends didn't take. I'm just gonna throw them on there. So then I'm like, oh shit, okay. I'm freestyling in the car. We're sharpening the blade.
That's exactly what they're for.
You know, like dude. That is my favorite shit. And like, you know, Static Selecta and DJ Premier, these dudes, they'll put the instrumental versions out. That's what I love.
Sure.
Evidence, or Alchemist, all that. Like I just so appreciate Ninth Wonder. Like I really appreciate that shit. Like when
We
you
put that 8 bars at the end.
like especially if they do an album, you know, with artists, and then they'll put out the instrumental version of it, but then also drop the
that's
beat
like
mix.
what you're talking about, like where I kind of get that inspiration of like, fuck it, I'm gonna make this beat, is like from Madlib, where he just makes that shit and puts it out, you know. And a lot of his shit doesn't have any rappers on it besides like Freddie Gibbs.
yeah.
Oh, I got a question for you. Are you do you infuse some like some of your culture?
Yeah, for sure.
Sick.
That's kind of like where I'll probably start. Like, well, me and Superman have this project we've been working on forever. But
Yeah, in the beat tapes and stuff. Like in every beat, there's probably a little bit of like native music, or
like,
some of them. Or
well, not really. Everything on.
well, I guess if you made it, then that would
exactly,
be.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Let us
made,
get
but-
real. Yeah, native made.
But
I was at Barter Fair, and there was a guy that was the DJ up there, and it just set the whole vibe.
Yeah, when I DJ, I'll definitely drop some.
Oh, okay, sick. You mix that in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that was so sick. Cool, man. How's it hitting? Do we all need to pass it around? Let's do it.
Yeah, hit it, man. Dude, it's fucking.
How many seconds? Give him a challenge.
You know, Cat Williams on a
5
stand up.
second
He
fat hit
be like,
challenge.
why is it sparkling? Why is it sparkling? That's what because I feel like it's like bubbling and fucking. I don't know, dude. But I'm telling you, it hits you in
he went over 5.
It hits you in the head
Ready.
like a mother.
See, you guys are crazy. I just gotta taste it.
No, have you been on many podcasts? Have you done any podcasts?
Yeah, well, I've been on Deese's podcast a couple times.
Dope.
That's about it. He just moved down to Texas.
Yeah, dude, he just hit me back. Oh, so this isn't going to be, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be relevant for when this episode drops, but Dees is gonna be down at someplace on Saturday. He's
is it
gonna be in
Saturday?
town.
Oh,
He's gonna be in town. But he's gonna be in Spokane, and he hit me up and was like, "Yo, okay, let me just look
Is
it up.
it? Is it the comedy club?
No, it's
No.
not. I think I'd remember that.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say.
Rude. Why was that even funny? It was only funny because it was obvious.
because I'm getting the same way. This is making me super loopy.
Yes.
Okay,
This right here, he hit too hard before the show.
it's gonna be at Black Label Brewery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, downtown. So
That's cool.
yeah, this will be out way after that.
After
But
his show.
I think it's after the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love Dees. We've had Dees on here multiple times too.
Yeah, that dude is hilarious.
And
One of the funniest people.
And he's moving around, dude. And it's
He's out of respect his hustle for sure.
And we have a similar story too. We both came to fucking Spokane, didn't plan to stay here, accidentally ended up staying here for 12 years. I think it was almost the same amount of time too. But now, he's out there getting after it, dude. You see this dude? He's got dates. He's got, I love that.
Yeah, that's seeing that grind is.
I think I'm glad that it's coming back, dude.
Yeah,
It didn't. What COVID did is it gave a lot of people people who had to go to the office, now they don't have to go to the office. Win, okay, all right, and then it's popping back. Everything's kind of coming back, and everything's kind of fresh again. Like people, it was almost like a tolerance break from shows and things like that. Like the people were,
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I think people are just like those first couple of months of being open were like magic.
People just
it was
want- yeah.
those first few DJ sets were like, whoa, this is people were like wilded.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a show. It was fucking, what was it? April? Maybe it was April or March or something like that of 2021. It was like that. It was like whenever that shit had just came back. Maybe it was August. I can't fucking remember, but it was somewhere in there. And now same thing. People were just itching to get out.
Yeah,
dude.
I was very fortunate enough to get the call from the Red Room the first night that they were that the governor was like, all right.
He's like, hey, we need you down here.
Yeah, it was actually me and one of the homies were supposed to do it. So I was like, oh, I only have to DJ 2 hours tonight. That's cool. But he ended up, I don't know what happened. I can't remember what happened, but he ended up not showing up. And I had to do the whole night. And I'm really glad he did that because I was it was really weird because it was almost a whole year. It was then it was a different kind of nervousness. I don't know.
Yeah, you had to get it out of your system.
Yeah, because I already have I've always had weird stage anxiety. So
Do you really?
Yeah.
Even though you're not going to get on the mic and say much, you're just going to spin the records and
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. What are you afraid of when you get up there? What do you? I know that's a huge question.
I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm afraid of because as soon as I get on stage, it's gone.
Dude.
But everything leading up to that is just.
Dude, I have
You
this.
sound like somebody I know over here.
Bro, I
That's
have the
exactly
same
what
shit.
This guy sounds like.
It's an irrational, yeah, I'll be like, man, I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah, I've seen it in real action.
Yeah, I mean, I really just but the thing is that you've done it a million times, so you're like, oh, I can, you just do it. And same exact thing in my experience is the second you hit the stage, it's gone. Even when you're right there about to get on stage, it's gone. But for some reason, for me, it'll even be just the week of. I'll just be like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll just be kind of low key dreading it. Oh shit, I gotta. And then I'm always just bro, just what are you tripping about? And then it's I'm still trying to have this conversation with myself, where I'm
hype yourself up.
Yeah, I'm trying to yeah, dude. I'm obviously it feels good to know that it's not just you.
I've done it. I've done thousands of shows at this point, and it's still.
That's so funny.
Still
to me.
sucks.
Dude, I've been
relate.
holding my fucking sane brain hostage, being I hope fucking nobody comes to this show. Okay, I just hope it's just one person here. Okay, you know what I mean? Just my irrational fight or flight brain being with that
that's what it
anxiety,
is. Yeah, for sure.
of this thing that maybe it's because when we do a show, we hype it up, and then it's like hyped up, and now you're like, oh shit, people are coming.
Yeah, then after it's over, you're so hyped up that it's like, I gotta do that again.
It's crazy. We gotta go on tour.
Yeah, let's go.
Like you just start delusions of grandeur at that point, dude, because we're just like,
oh yeah, for sure. It's a lot.
no, it is wild how it's like you're like no, and then it's just like a rocket ship.
Yeah,
dude.
those like there's something about those like big days where there's like a big show like. Yeah, there's something.
So you've
about
been on
that.
like you've been on real rides that like because you were with Myke Bogan, so it was like you know, you guys were kind of low key at a point, and it was like, oh shit's fucking ramping up, and we're doing shows all the time.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So I can imagine you're just like, I guess it's fucking popping next city. Let's go.
It was
That's fun.
At the time, it didn't feel like it happened really fast, but it did happen really fast.
Oh, it happened really fast.
I felt like, looking back at it, I'm like, whoa, like there's.
Well, I mean, look
it
at
went from like those first couple albums. He was like, his work ethic is so crazy that like we were putting out like 2 projects a year, you know. So it was like just
these are those prime projects too.
Yeah, like Pretty Hush, like that, and that was the second one I did with him, and the first one was Monkeys on the Beach.
Monkeys on the Beach, man. Yep.
That's cool.
That was 2014, 17?
2014 or 15.
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck, man.
Yeah,
congratulations. That must have been a cool time in your life, you know, to like have that feeling like not knowing where it's going, but you know it's going up.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, cool. It was. It was just. There's definitely some people you meet. Like I've worked with so many artists, and some artists that have gotten like, you know, more notoriety than others. And
like who else other than Myke that we would know?
Oh, I guess I'm just saying, like, just in general, kind of seeing like of who I worked with and like where you. But there's like few artists I've met that like raise everybody's like they'll raise the sea around them with you, like they like take you with them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like this, and that's definitely Myke and definitely Superman. Like everything. It's always like they, you know, it just, they like definitely raised like
they added value to you.
They're amazing. I mean, they're fucking amazing artists, man.
I know.
Both of those artists are just fucking, you know, Superman's done some crazy shit. Not even talking about just like, you know, the music, but then the videos, the visuals.
No, he's so
this dude
so creative.
does some crazy, fucking super creative stuff. And then Myke Bogan is like, he's so in that just like true hip hop lover's vein with the bars and the beats and like his delivery. Dude, his delivery, his raspy voice with that, you know, I mean, that 6 beard. You know, come on, man. I fucking love that
performing
shit.
that song.
Dude, that beat, dude, like those kind of like just banger old hip hop beats, you know. I just love it, man. I'm just, you know, so Myke Bogan's one of those dudes that's also like your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Yeah, for
kind
sure.
of a thing.
Yeah. He's
what's he up to now?
He just released a project in the summertime with I can't remember his name, who produced it. But yeah, so he just released that one.
Just getting back to it.
Yeah. He's maybe one of these days we'll be back on the road. I'm not.
Yeah.
He just needs to hit me up.
We'll get going.
Let's go. Yeah.
Like that's awesome.
Yeah, man. And like so, like were these beat tapes? You kind of just drop these like whenever you kind of just feel like it. Like I love that.
I definitely wish I was more like consistent, like where there wasn't such a gap between them. But
it's that creative process, man.
Yeah.
And your gap is like totally explained. Like when you hear like that, it just depends on how the wind is taken, and it's like which way is the best opportunity.
Yeah,
it's very clear that you're just kind of choosing what you think's best for you. You know.
Yeah.
And at that time, putting a beat tape out when like you got when your trajectory is other ways. You know.
Yeah.
That's cool. I can respect that.
Yeah. Exactly. Like there's so many other things like like side missions, like that happen. Like,
Yeah, I'm on a mission, but I've got little side
like,
missions.
So I have to. I still DJ, 3 nights a week, So I still, I still have all these. Damn, like making noises. Yeah, but I still, I still have like this DJ business I have to worry about, and keep going, and like I don't like have a manager or anything, so like I do all my own booking. I do, make sure my calendar stays full because DJing is like what pays for like the dream,
the passion.
Yeah, it allows me to be an artist, and allows me
That's cool.
to just keep making music and just hang out with my dogs and go to the record store, and turn the MPC on. That's it. This is the process.
So awesome, dude. It's so awesome.
Dude, so do you make beats do you have like a beat page where people can buy beats? Do you make beats for rappers on more of a personal level?
It's definitely more on a personal level for sure. Like I definitely want to definitely like you guys' shit, man. That's like that hip hop shit.
Thank you.
Like that, yeah, we definitely need to do some shit. We need to make like an EP or something. That'd be dope.
That'd be so dope, man.
Because that's like that is the exact like that's the vibe I make.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was Donuts, that told me to get you on the podcast.
Hell yeah, that's the bro.
And Donuts, we did that song with Donuts.
Oh, that's that shit.
So that was like, we did that, and then he was like, he just randomly was like, yo, dude, you need to get this guy on the podcast. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I just like immediately reached out to you.
Oh yeah,
and I'm glad I did.
Hell yeah.
But that's coming in from that's where it's just all on that same shit. I'm just glad that we're finding more producers too that just really stay in that like bar heavy boom bapping, just especially I can really tell your appreciation for the craft and shit. So
I really I'm like really hard on myself, so like my critiquing of myself is pretty like I guess if a song makes it off of the MPC, like it's like okay, I really like it's like because people are like that's kind of like the one of the things like with people like they're like oh yeah throw me like some beats, like I'm like man I have so many ideas that are just sitting in here that don't like make it out of the MPC because like,
holy shit,
yeah.
So it's like you don't even like export it. And
no, I do everything like outboard. I don't even fuck with a computer like until it's time to master. Like,
holy shit! So like, there's beats that you'll make and you'll spend time on, and then you're just like, "This is not the vibe," and just like, or do you?
Oh no, I have loops and stuff that like the drums aren't done on. I was actually going through a bunch this week. I was like, oh, I can remake this. Like, oh, this
that must be
cool.
pretty cool.
Like,
so that's the rappers like going through the catalog of unfinished songs as you like
going
through like unfinished beats that are just almost there, but they need another sound.
On my old MPC, there's probably a lot of. I really need to go through that, like to go kind of find out. Like,
and I'm saying like if you had a rapper go like be kicking it with you while you're like playing these loops and shit, and then you start hearing, they're coming up with like a hook.
Yeah,
that it sparks inspiration to say, "Oh, okay, I like that," and then start.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna add some horns from here,
and that's like the vibe I like going with. Is like I'd rather like I can give you this song that I made, or else or else we can like sit down together and like just because that energy like. Really, you like kind of feel like what the artist like wants, or not what wants, or like what they need. I don't know. It just kind of
it really is this like teamwork.
Yeah.
Between the two is like especially when it's unfinished, and then somebody gets something, and then you're like, oh wait, hold up, let me play this live. Oh wait, hold on, let me pull this. Let me change this real quick. Like you can kind of, I see where you're going, and then start to kind of fit things in. It's just like craft is completely customizable.
Oh yeah,
and that's what's beautiful about it.
Yeah, that's definitely what it
is.
And
in person is the way, man. Listen, I mean, if you have to work from afar, you still can because you can video chat and you can. There's shit like that, right? But I do feel like chilling in person and just smoking some weed and just playing some beats.
The vibe of the room.
You
is
just
like,
come up with some shit.
Yeah. No, that is definitely part of the energy and like making a record that is. it can't be duplicated. That
Right
certain
there.
energy of the organic feeling of being in the same room together, like
That's
it comes
two of
through.
you,
It comes
really.
through in the recording. Like not even just the feeling will come through somehow. Like
Yeah, you guys need to be in the same room. You, Zach, and Myke, all you guys in the same room. Some classics would happen. I can already just
oh
tell.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
You know, just the passion in the room.
No, yeah,
It's like, because that's sometimes, you know, a lot of time that's what rappers are missing.
yeah, just comes
Is
through.
a producer that's passionate. you
Bro,
know?
we're out. I mean, I'm like literally was just thinking the other day, like I'm tapped out of beats, dude. Like, but we made an album, and you know, I got a couple like tricks up the sleeve for the year. But like besides that, it's like I don't know where I'm really going.
I
next,
actually
honestly.
made one this week that I'm like, dang, I can see you on it. Like,
Well, I definitely want to check that out.
definitely. No, even like just come through my studio and just I have everything. We can record vocals. We can
Hell yeah, man.
I can do everything.
All right, so I mean, people just got to hit you up if they wanna fuck with you, and you know,
Yeah,
like you don't
yeah.
have like a beat page where you sell beats and shit like that. Like it's
No, I just kind of direct everybody to my Spotify and just kind of like,
I love it.
and mostly like a lot of people hit me up, and but unfortunately, I'm like kind of like on the vibe now where like I really gotta know you to like, because like I was like I don't. I'm very like I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate. Like I said, as a DJ, like that pays for this shit. You know, like that cash flows the business where I can like be like picky about like I'm not like depending on selling beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Where like I said, now as an artist, I'm like I really gotta fuck with you. Like if we're gonna make some music.
Yeah, and you make more impactful music when you're selective. I mean, we're all like when you're in any kind of creative craft like this, I feel like you're a curator, you know.
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah, for
and
sure.
You curated that both of those tapes that came out in a certain order, and you handpicked those out of all the ones that you had produced. Like you picked like it's all with intention, which makes it beautiful. Like somebody paints on a canvas, you know. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
all,
for sure.
and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just that's just.
And that's just me. Like I'm just an. Like when people ask me like what I am, like I'm not a DJ. Like I'm like or like I see a producer. Like I'm an artist. Like that's just it. Like because like even just aside from music, like I can't shut my brain off. So I'll just be like sketching in a like sketchbook or like drawing or like drawing on an iPad. Like just like when I'm at work, like especially like when I'm producing like these long ass like baseball games, I'll just sit there and like sketch something out, like
Love
just
it.
because it's just like I said, I'm just an artist, like that stuff I don't show people, and but it's just like I have to always be creating.
It's for you.
Yeah, like just the creative process is like even for Kushnaps Cartoons, like I did all the graphic design on that. I did like
Let's go. I did not know that.
I did all the photography for that. Like that's like another thing that like nobody really knows about. Like that. Like about like I bought a camera to like document like life on the road, and then like COVID happened, and like I was like I got really good with it, and like tomorrow I'm like shooting a Gonzaga basketball game, like
Oh, cool.
like I said, there's like all these like side quests that like keep happening, like that's why I feel like Forrest Gump sometimes. I'm like, dang, what the hell?
You just show up and execute. Yeah.
That is fucking badass, man.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other events coming up that people should know about in Spokane or nearby?
Every Friday and Saturday, you can catch me at it's kind of a newer spot. It opened about a year ago. It's called Lord Stanley's.
Yeah.
It's right downtown in Washington.
Fuck yeah, that
Yeah.
is you back there. I've been in a couple times when you're in there. Yeah.
Oh,
it's,
shit. Okay. Yeah.
We have a buddy that works there.
But Friday, Saturday, we just started doing Fridays just recently. Are you talking about Jakin?
Yeah, I'm talking about Jakin.
That's the bro.
See how that hesitation happened? I love the guy. He was
Yeah.
just at my house a couple days ago. So.
Oh yeah, that's the bro for sure. I've worked with him at a few different bars.
Have you?
Yeah, for sure.
Jakin. How do you just know it's Jakin?
Yeah,
Of course, bro.
Jakin knows
that's the
everybody.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah, no, man. We used to,
That's
we
cool.
used to do rap shit, man. We got a lot of shit out there.
You do. So you do Stanley's both those days.
Yeah, and I got 2 nights a month. I'm at the new club at the casino at Highball.
Damn, I was gonna ask you about that shit.
Yeah,
How is it out there?
It's really dope.
Yeah,
it's a
dude.
big room. It's the production's like it's dope. Like
So wait, is it
they're
like a club?
It's a venue club, like slash club.
What do they want to hear? Like, what kind of music are you putting on usually?
That's the thing. It's like it changes every time
Does
I'm
it?
there.
You
'cause it's
gotta
like
kind of know the
yeah,
crowd.
for like a DJ that hasn't been doing this shit a long time, it would be a hard room because like
Damn.
and there's a lot of DJs that like really like I only play EDM or I only play house music. I only do this. Like if that's not the room for that kind of DJ. Like,
You gotta really feel the room out and understand it.
you gotta
That
play
takes some
you gotta
serious
play
skill.
everything from like the Bee Gees to like like and like Michael Jackson like
While
you gotta play-
watching too. I have a really good friend.
and drop the new Drake shit.
Yeah.
and
You be dancing back there?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have a buddy
You
that's
gotta.
a DJ, and he was just saying.
Whenever-
I remember him always saying that. His name's DJ Cos. You probably don't remember. He's from back in the day, but he was just saying you gotta watch, like
Oh,
you
yeah,
gotta be aware
there's an art
because
form
they'll
to-
tell you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the crowd will straight up tell you what they want to hear by like their movement. Don't listen to their words.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
their
that's
movement.
exactly. You gotta feel the room. Like that's
crazy.
it's so important. Like that is definitely a part of DJing that's dying because so many people just want to play the shit they like and they're like fuck everybody. Like I like playing like the records that get people going crazy. Like I like that's like that's why when I'm DJing I don't just play hip hop. I play it. You'll hear everything. Like you'll hear every genre. Nothing's off limits. We're just
So you
we're
do
just
like
going like
you do like weddings and shit. You do like
I do weddings.
Can people book you? Like
yeah, I do. You can. Definitely a free agent for sure.
like to be able to just get the party lit. Like you
Oh
know.
yeah.
How do you? If someone wants to
love
book
it,
you for a
dude.
wedding, how would they? Was that through Instagram?
Just through my website.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just direct them there, and all that's on there.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we'll throw that in here so everybody can.
Yeah,
everybody knows where to find you.
urbancrowmedia.com.
urbancrowmedia.com.
Yeah.
And then let everybody know, where they can find you. Otherwise, like social media. whatnot.
Instagram is where I mostly post, or mostly actually look. That's DJ Exodus 1.
So you were on Twitter though. We
Yeah,
just haven't
I know.
used it in a while.
It has the same exact handle, but I haven't used it in a while. I don't know if is it. The only thing I ever do on Twitter is like look for like what's happening right now. Like whenever something in the world happens,
Yep.
you can always go to Twitter and like it's
the news source.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
the only
man.
reason I use it. But yeah, mostly on Instagram, and I just post everything there. And on Spotify, you can find find the music.
Love it, man. Dean Smif.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's on Apple Music. It's on everything.
It's on Apple.
All the,
Okay,
all the
cool.
major streaming
Yeah, so
sites.
you can when you smoking a little weed or you're doing your hair and makeup
Yeah,
and you need a little
exactly.
beat to play in the back, all right, just go on Instagram, go to the little music thing right there on the sticker, type in Dean Smif, grab you an instrumental because sometimes you don't need words. Sometimes you just need to vibe when
Hell yeah.
when you're blushing the cheeks up. Or when whatever you're doing, when you're rolling a blunt, or whether you're burping a baby. Okay. Just saying.
Just driving around, windows
Just driving
down.
around. If you're a rapper
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, I want to find some instrumentals, right? And you're trying to go through all the ones that you know. And then you think, oh, that's right. There's a guy here in Spokane, a local dude that's making some fire. Let me go check that out. That's what you
yeah.
need to do.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you
Hell
for
yeah.
coming on.
I
man.
appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Hell yeah, bro. I look forward to chopping it up and maybe
Oh
working
yeah,
on something.
we'll definitely be working together for sure. It's definitely not the last time.
Hell yeah. Alrighty.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Peace.
How long was that?
Yo, I'm just happy to be here, breathing this fresh air, living my best life, even when the shit ain't fair, even when the love ain't there. Yo, I'm just happy to be here, smoking some good weed, not thinking what could be. I'm just here in the right now, doing me till it's lights out. Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, cause I know that shit could be worse. So what I spit in these verses gon' make some history first.
So I'm happy to be here, I'm living my best life.
Yo, you living without fear.
You wonder what that's
Like a breath of some fresh air.
Yo, I'm just
Happy to be here.
Okay, I think it's two extremes. I think it's people who don't smoke very often, and I think it's people who smoke too much, and they're so afraid that they're not going to hit it again that they're like,
Yeah. It's two of those. Yeah, so it gets,
puff, pass. Hold on, I gotta get another one.
yeah.
And you're just like, God damn, bro.
Yeah, when you could totally just look at your homies and be like, I haven't smoked yet. I'm going to hit this for a minute.
When you smoke by yourself, you smoke a whole J or whatever by yourself, and that cherry's just perfect. You're like, oh, hey, okay.
You start holding it kind of inverted.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
right. That is the only time shit runs, is when you're in a crowd.
It's too hot.
And you're like, I rolled this. And they never run. Like, it's a proven thing.
Yeah, like this joint it only gets to like here before it's garbage.
Dude, I smoke with motherfuckers that'll somehow make the blunt run. Like, how did you do that?
No, it's double
Because
layered.
the blunt like doesn't run. Like that's like the shit. That's why you bring a blunt for a bunch of people is because blunts don't run. You'll get it back after the 7th person and it's still like
Still moving. Yeah,
it's still good. You're like,
Have you ever got a blunt back and you basically kissed it goodbye? And so you get it back, you're just like, oh shit, that
Forgot
blunt
about
comes back around. Yeah, I love that. That's the best.